Watercooler, Watercooler, Watercooler.
Hello and welcome to Watercooler, episode number 325. Also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 49. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in and decided to check this very podcast out. We really appreciate it. My name's Chris Loxamana, and you know how the show goes. I kick it with my cool digital buds, like Mike Dawson.
What's up, dudes?
Hey, Doss.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging, brother.
I want to talk to you about your show on Saturday. Gary Smith's here.
So what's up?
And Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hey, guys. So Dawson has a comedy show on Saturday. He's doing some stand-up at Flappers.
Small room.
How'd you get the show? What's the process?
Well, I went to a Flappers open mic last Friday. Or last something. Yeah, I think it was last Friday.
Yeah.
And the open mic is in the same room that I'll be in on Saturday, a real small room called the Yoo-Hoo Room. And Yoo-Hoo.
Delicious chocolate drink.
Yeah,
Right.
obviously, the
Childhood.
sponsors.
Yeah.
Sponsored by everyone in the
Yes.
audience. Gets
Yes.
a free carton
That's right.
Yeah. Free
or bottle.
card.
They're like bottles now.
And so I did 5 minutes there, and it went okay. You know, it's all the audience is
The other comics,
10
right?
people that are just wanting to get up on stage. They don't really care. So you really don't know, but you just get comfortable. I guess it's reps. And
Are you
then
sure about that? Did you care?
I laughed at some things some people said.
Yeah, but when you're saying that nobody else, like the audience doesn't care, but you cared.
Yeah, no, it was worth it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's reps, it's practice.
Right.
You know, you get a little more comfortable when you get up there.
No, but I mean, as an audience member watching the other comics, did you pay attention? Or were you thinking about you and in your set? And
I looked at things they did really well. Like a lot of it is in delivery. And then I love the way people are able to use their hands.
Like kaboom.
Yeah, like exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now if you're not simply talking, you're, performing with your entire being up there. It's a whole
Right.
different thing. So when people do that, I'm like, ooh, okay, I like that.
Every comic's using their hands, though. Nobody's really utilizing the legs.
Great point.
We need more leg
Yeah,
comedy, Doss.
you could be
Do
the
some
kicking,
leg comedy.
the kicking comedian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kicking
Yeah.
comic.
Yeah.
The kicking comic, yeah.
Look at that. We already branded you.
Markets itself.
There we go.
right.
And then so Tuesday nights at
If you could also learn to
Flappers.
like tap dance and do other entertaining things with your feet, that will, I think,
Be a
really,
bonus.
it'll help. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
mean, if
call
you're just
it-
kicking,
Yeah.
that's kind of a weird thing to be in the front row.
Dude,
We've
St.
all-
Patrick's Day is going to be big for me because I'm going to river dance.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
we've all seen Lords of the River
That's
Dance,
big.
and what they do is their legs are just doing all these crazy things, but the
Right.
top half of the body isn't doing anything.
Nothing.
So there's a lot of room there to play with, and I think stand-up comedy for the upper half is really what America has been yearning for.
Here's another thought. I know
Mm-hmm.
flip-flops are my thing, but if you wear flip-flops and one of them comes off in the middle of a performance,
Boom.
that could be the thing that after, who gets the shoe.
Yeah, it's akin to
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
to Tommy Lee throwing his drumsticks out after
Yeah,
his drum solo
exactly.
into the audience.
Yep.
Your flip-flop
Boom.
flying out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We basically did your set for you already.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to spoil Saturday, but
And so then the
You
next
guys
set,
know.
they're like, if you want to get on the stage, you got to come on Tuesday nights at like 5 or something, 7, I don't know. And
Well, that could be
It's-
2 minutes from now. So
yeah.
I hope it's not
Ross, you
Tuesday
should-
at 5.
You should figure that out.
this was last week.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not going tonight.
Like,
All right,
it
keep
is
up.
Tuesday at 4:58 right
So
now.
then I go the following Tuesday. I say, fuck it, man. I'm going to go see if I can pass their audition. And then it's just rapid fire, 2-minute sets.
2-minute set.
And
You
the
got to
dude
give him the
says,
goal.
like, at the top, he's like, when I wave at you, your time's up. Put down the microphone, get off the stage. There are other people that want to get up there.
Okay.
I'm like, well, shit, man. I'm going to take out one joke because that might save me 20 seconds. Now I can, and I did it with, minute 45, whatever. Then they talk to you afterwards. And I talked to the booking guy, and the first thing he said is,
Can you kick?
Yeah.
I didn't see any footwork. I want to see a little more footwork, is what he said.
Yeah.
No, he said, why do you want to do comedy? I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know.
Great answer.
It's like, are you into it? And I'm like, well, yeah. And he goes, all right, I'm gonna book you. I'm like, okay, do you anything about my set? No, you're all right.
Cool.
I'm like, oh, all right, dude. He said, just let me know who you are at the top, because I just went right into the jokes.
Well, you only had 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not going
track
to
the
waste
intro.
20 seconds saying, hi, I'm Mike Dawson.
So,
Or,
how's everyone here
"Hi,
doing?
I'm
Oh, okay,
Mike."
bye. Yeah.
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 But no, they gave me, they were really nice, really supportive, and then said, okay, you'll hear from us at the end of the week. And that was fucking last Tuesday. And then on Friday, I got an email saying we need to put you on our talent roster, so we need this information. Here's a link, fill it out. And then 2 seconds later, I get another email from them, booking Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo room.
That's fantastic, man. So
$0, 5 minutes. Like, yep, that's what it is.
That's
That's
how
a
it goes.
150% increase in your amount of time.
Exactly.
That's a huge
Yeah.
jump, bro.
Yeah. And 0 increase on your pay. So it's perfect. Now, so once again, that's this Saturday, Flappers. I noticed that the guitarist in your band, Izzy, is also on the roster. Is that just because, is that like your request? Like, I'm only performing if I could bring some of my crew. Is it
No,
like,
I don't know if you guys remember this. Remember when I got that email from somebody saying, hey, I host this comedy show called Punchlines and Backlines.
oh, yeah?
Will you come up and do 5 minutes? And I'm like, I never say no if you ask me. I can't say no. Like,
Interesting.
no, you got to say yes.
Made a terrible mistake by telling me that.
And that was Izzy. And that was the first night I met Izzy. And we hung out that night. It was like 3 years ago. So he is already doing stand-up. We are both pushing each other because we drink in my garage, and half of the funny shit that each of us uses on stage comes up in that garage at the bar. I mean, there's notepads everywhere of, whatever.
Yeah.
And so then you just go through it and go, what's funny? And wow, I was wasted. What the fuck does this mean? So it's a lot of that.
A lot of that, like, where did these eggshells come from? Yeah. I get
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, so that's great though. So you guys get to go up together. I'm sure you'll carpool.
Yeah, we got booked in the same show, which is pretty nice.
It's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
Yeah. All right. Well, congrats, man.
Thank you.
Well, we have a lot of show to get into today. Matt has a Shay.
Oh, yeah.
We got Seggies.
We got Seggies, baby. But before we get into,
I was thinking about this, and Casey Peters, I know you're still moving, but when you make the new intro for the outros, the intro for the plugs, I think we might need a Seggy intro before we even get to a Seggy.
an intro for the intros.
Yes,
You're
that's
getting,
right.
This is the drops talking, Gary. This isn't you talking.
Just saying.
I'm worried about you.
I'm just saying a Seggy song could be fun. You don't want a Seggy song?
Well, of course I want a Seggies. I
All
want
right,
songs.
well, is that the drops talking, or does that just sound awesome?
I really don't know.
There's no reason we can't try it out. We don't have to use it every single time.
Gary's goal is to just devoid this entire podcast of speaking to each
Correct.
other.
Yeah.
Correct.
Just audio, a barrage of audio. Or is
Yeah.
it barrage?
I think it's Barrage.
Yeah.
But
Well, we're not in France. We could say barrage.
That's
Yeah,
right, man.
Seriously.
We hang out. It's weird that, garage is garage over there.
Yeah, all the
So,
all the French people in their
interchangeable.
fancy garages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the Seggies, and I like it. Look, I'm open to hearing it. If
I just want to try it out.
if KCP wants to send us a song, I'll listen to it,
Yeah, me too.
and we'll go from there. Usually we just say yes and play it, but
Yeah.
he knows. He's quality. He's
see.
quality. Speaking of music, so when I was in KC, Kansas City, I was walking around. What?
Did you think we were going to mistake it for being inside Casey
Well-
Peters?
Well, that's us. We were just talking about KC Peters, so I don't.
It was an important distinction to make.
I think
Fair
so
enough.
too. So when I was in Kansas City, during the day I was walking around checking out all the stores. We were by like a strip mall or a shopping center. It was a shopping center, and all the stores they had all the stores you love: Panera,
Just list off there.
Yeah, there we go.
bunch of retail clothing stores.
Sure. Old
Right.
Navy, maybe.
There's probably an Old Navy there.
Yeah.
Sure. It's all the stuff that's everywhere.
Okay.
And there's a Barnes and Noble.
Wow.
Wow.
I love walking. Ah, man, I love
Those were the
bookstores.
days.
Yeah.
It's a little depressing now, though, in my experience.
There's a Barnes and Noble by my house. Borders is gone. Barnes
Yeah,
and
that's
Noble.
long gone.
The one Barnes & Noble I've been to in the past few years just was as enormous as they always were.
Yeah.
But then there were like 12 employees and me and maybe one other guy that I could see like way in the corner. And I was just like, wow, this is not sustainable.
Yeah.
What was your game when you went to a Barnes and Noble? Where'd you start? What sections did you usually go
Monopoly.
to?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like I always had a specific we have to make sure we go to this section.
Yeah, teen
magazines.
fiction. Yeah, I mean, yeah, magazines.
Come on.
Magazines first.
As
Yeah.
kids, it was magazines.
Yeah.
Periodicals, of course.
But that's it. Then you turn around, or you
Gotta
going up
check
those
out.
escalators?
I mean, it just really depends on what you're doing that day and if you found anything good in the magazines.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got 3 or 4 magazines in your hand as you head to that cash register. I don't know if I need to hit the nonfiction.
Oh
every
wow!
time.
So you're buying the magazine. See, already
Well-
this is very different than my experience there.
I spent a lot of time just reading stuff there as
Yeah.
well as a little punk teenager, but they tended to try to run you off at
They
the one
did.
by my house.
They did. Gary's right. Because I would be like Matt, and I would just look at all the skateboarding magazines and just try to just ingest all this information without having to actually pay for it because it's all out there, and they release a new one every month. So I would do that, but there were signs. Don't you think about just sitting here? But why would you put the benches there?
Yeah, that's
Why
a
are
good
there
point.
places to sit right
Yeah,
outside?
It's a
and
very
things
good
to
point.
read. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
So
And they put chairs upstairs near the books and stuff.
yeah. So maybe this is what. See, everyone's thinking, oh, it's the digital age that killed the book industry. No, it's the seating that you put in the bookstores.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
That's what did
That was a terrible business move, Mr. Barnes and Miss Noble. All right, like that. You can't.
You like to imagine they're a married couple?
Yeah, I think so. Right.
I'm down with it, man. Let's play this out. Let's expand.
Yeah. Anyway, I just think that's what killed the bookstore industry is the seating area and being able to just get this information there and then just leave with it.
Dawson, you ever go to Barnes and Nobles? Spend time there?
Not when I was a kid.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Post
sure.
college?
Yeah, after college.
What was the
Took
game
that
plan?
long.
What'd you do? Where'd you go? Memories?
I like
My God, Matt.
science
wanna know. I'm pumped.
fiction fantasy shit.
Yeah.
Like David Eddings. I'd go see if David Eddings has a new book.
Yeah.
See, that's good of you to actually went to the book part.
And then check out some
These
Dean
guys,
Koontz, see what's new
magazines.
from Dean
Yeah.
Koontz.
Sure.
Oh, Dean Koontz had a section at the one I went to as anyway. But I did look at the books as well, but the magazines were just because they change so often. I'm always looking there. But I also love looking at notebooks, just blank notebooks, not to,
Just like stationary?
just to read them. No, I just like looking at just see what people are writing in, and like when those what are they called, the moleskines?
Yep.
Yep. Moleskin was how I always heard it, but yeah.
Yeah, those
I always thought it was Moleskine.
Yeah, just Matt with his French again. Oh, that's not Italian.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Yeah, I looked at all the pens. Like I liked looking at all the stationery too, and just seeing like what's coming
What
out.
new
for
pens
the,
are out these days?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
these new pens.
Hey, you
at
guys-
Says a new
Barnes and
pen
Noble.
out.
Is that a new Unigel
exciting, dude.
0.7?
Wow.
What?
Wow,
Oh, they changed the clip.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
See, I always just liked the large format photo books. So like the really cool art books, or they had great
Oh,
movie
yeah, the
books,
coffee
or
table
music
books.
Yeah, like coffee table books.
Sure.
Those were always what I would love to flip
They're
through.
hefty. They're heavy. Yeah, you got look. There's something for everybody, and which is why those stores are great. So I walked into one, and I realized right after walking in, it's been years since I've been in one of these places. Part COVID, part just it's a bookstore, and the place was buzzing.
Really?
Yeah, it felt like half of Kansas City was there, and I was so it was just cool to see. It honestly felt like I just walked into a time machine, and I just went back in time, and just everybody just reading, talking to each other. It was the place was electric, and then I kept walking farther, and I found myself in a different section, the music section.
Ah.
They had the shelves, like those long shelves of the CDs with a little plastic categories and the letters and how they sort like what they would have at Tower Records. That was weird.
But it was CDs.
They were CDs.
I only know one person who still listens to CDs, and that's my dad.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people's dads who still listen to CDs.
Yeah.
Well, then your dad would have loved this because there's nobody in the music section but me. And I was just there I was taking pictures like this. I'm strictly here for nostalgia. Like this is cool, just walking through and being able to flip these CDs that were on these like extenders so they could be taller, and you can just look through all of them.
Did
and
we
just
need those?
so much plastic. There's
It's good for theft,
maybe
deterrence, but
that's what it was.
I don't
for.
think we need them. Chris, if you had gotten nostalgic and purchased a CD, would you have had any piece of equipment with you that you could have played it on while you were on that trip?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I mean, we get DVD screeners here. We get CDs. Even for the musical guests that come for the Kroll show, they'll send us CDs. None of us, except for my car. My car actually still has a CD player.
I guess mine does too.
But I use the CD player to hold my my phone holder now.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember the last time I've actually listened to an actual CD.
I just got a screener somehow for one of the big movies. My wife brought it home, and she handed it to me, and she was like, "Let's watch this." And I was like, "I don't think you have any idea how that would happen." It's my PS5. I think is the only thing that plays.
No, we had to rip a CD. Oh, because we had to watch Bobby Hollander's porno, and it's a DVD, and we're just thinking, how are we gonna play this thing? We don't even know how to play this. We had to get a PS4 and play it because we don't have DVD players here.
Thank God we had the PlayStation. Been
Yeah.
saying it for years.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I don't have a way to play CDs. It would actually be quite difficult to play DVD more than anything. A CD, I could take my phone holder out and take a listen to it. But do you guys see CDs making a comeback the way vinyl is?
No,
I don't think
No.
so.
But
because it's still a digital representation of the music.
But it's a higher quality file. I mean, you're getting the full 44.1 wave, baby.
Neil Young.
I see 44.1 stereo waves just coming back as a general thing, as hard disk space is not that hard to come by.
Neil Young tried the lossless music player. No one was interested.
Nobody,
If you want it, you can get it.
because you can hear because I've been listening to MP3s for so long now, especially with Spotify, that the last time I did listen to a CD, huge difference.
Yeah.
Huge difference. Just sonically, it was so crisp. And now you do have the skipping, which was always an issue.
Yeah.
Because they're just so fragile. I mean, just the slightest scratch on a CD and it just ruins everything.
I remember when burning CDs and like making mix CDs was like the thing to do.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I had gotten
Summer Jams 03.
Yeah.
Also ripping CDs from your friends.
Yeah, exactly. And while you could always just use a Sharpie and write the name on the disc, I always wanted to go the extra mile and like print a label of the disc. Do you guys ever do that? You could actually print on sticky paper.
I had high school demos.
And they
I
had
used to
things
do
that
it.
you could slap
Pusher,
on there.
yeah.
And then I would say 9 out of 10 times it would go into a car and then completely fuck up that CD player
get
because it would
stuck.
start to rise a little bit.
little
It would
thicker.
get warm.
Yeah.
And the glue would kind of melt a little bit. And I can't even tell you how many times I had to just fucking try to rip some sticky fucking CD out of my car.
Yeah.
It was awful.
And I'm sure that thing scratched after you took it out.
Oh,
too.
for sure.
Yeah. I had a guy who I worked with at TGI Fridays who had this is kind of when CD burning was not as convenient as just having two trays in your PC, in your desktop PC, but it was you had to actually get a
External thing.
a device that would do it. And he was super into music, and every day he would burn me a new CD.
That's
Just
a good friend to have.
full CD. Yeah, because he just wanted to introduce me to music. He was super into music. But then every day I
It's an
came.
aggressive amount of music, though.
That is exactly right, Garrett. Because every time I came to work the next day, he wanted
Punch
to
you in
know.
the stomach
he
right
wanted-
before he gave you
yeah.
the CD.
that-
He wanted to like rap over like what?
Yeah, what'd you think?
You listened to that 2
What'd you
hours
think?
worth of music?
Yeah, what'd you think of
What'd
track
think
11? I'm
each
like,
song.
dude, I'm still in college. I had homework last night. Like, I can't listen to all this music.
Yeah.
It's so much, but so I just lied.
Once a
It
week.
was amazing.
Once a week would have been.
Once a
more
week
chill.
would have been good, but yeah, they were just getting. I was just getting stacks on stacks of CD, but yeah, CDs, all that plastic too. I mean, that couldn't have been good for the environment.
Nah.
And all that. So yeah, I don't see CDs making a comeback. Do you remember when you got a scratch and people were like, "Oh, just rub some toothpaste on there.
Yep.
They'll fix it."
Never did.
I never heard that before.
You've never heard that?
No.
Dude,
Oh,
toothpaste
yeah.
is like the American, like what Greeks with Windex
Yep.
was, and and like for Filipinos it was Vicks Vapor Rub. Americans is toothpaste. Like you get a zit in high school.
Put toothpaste
put
on
toothpaste on it. Dry that thing right out.
You get a ding in your drywall. Put a little toothpaste on
Yeah,
there.
put a little toothpaste on it.
Wow.
You've never heard that, Matt?
No.
Oh,
Ross?
you take some.
Used it for zits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see,
Totally
use it
works.
for zits.
Yeah, you screw
Put some
it.
zit.
Oh my god.
Put it on a CD that's scratched, and you wipe it with a Kleenex, and theoretically, the toothpaste is going to the fine parts are going to fill in.
Yeah,
that gap,
that's exactly right.
And then it's going to start
It's-
playing again.
Yeah,
It knows
basically-
what key it's in and everything.
Yeah, it just basically just
You
fills
know,
it in
Your
perfect.
toothpaste
Like
just starts singing.
the way
back up
wood
for-
filler works or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah.
But it's
CDs
not
would be
like
toothpaste.
Colgate Special White. It's like toothpaste.
Yeah,
any
any
toothpaste.
toothpaste will
Any
work.
toothpaste will do you.
And it never worked.
No, it never
But your
But you know
and your
what?
CD just smelled like
I was
mint.
just gonna say it smells great.
Yeah, your CD would just smell like mint. So anyway, yeah, that was always the thing. Or ketchup was one too. Like brass, if you want to shine up any of your old brass, just put some ketchup on a rag and just
Ketchup on a rag.
Or
the
that
acid
towel.
in it.
That's
Just
not
a
real.
Same does
Paper
the same
towel.
thing with Coca-Cola. You put copper.
Oh, see, yeah,
You
Coke.
put copper into Coca-Cola and it comes out fucking shiny.
That I
as
actually
shit.
believe though.
No, that's I've done that before with pennies. That will work.
yeah, there's something in the Coca-Cola that'll do it. But yeah, toothpaste. I think just rub some toothpaste on it.
Again,
Try it,
There's
Matt.
the title of the episode.
Yeah. Any wound you have?
any open wounds, yeah.
Just rub some toothpaste on it.
Toothpaste is sunscreen.
Toothpaste is sunscreen.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how lifeguards have that white on their nose?
That's toothpaste.
White toothpaste will do the exact same thing.
Again.
Are we blowing your mind right
I
now,
would
Matt?
like to see a peer-reviewed, like Dr.
Scientific
Drew.
study?
I want to see
No,
a
dude.
scientific study.
Don't you remember in like movies like Book of Eli or something? End
that
of the world.
documentary?
Toothpaste is a
Yeah, I forgot about the Book
toothpaste
of
is
Eli.
a major commodity.
Yeah, it's
in these
basically
things.
currency.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and the Book
Toothpaste
of
is it.
Eli.
Toothpaste and a spife. And a little footwork.
Oh yeah,
Buy
once-
you buy your Bitcoin. I'm going all in on toothpaste.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what the economy is going to be about in the
Yeah,
future.
that's
Is
right.
is
What do you think that
toothpaste.
T in NFT stands for?
Turnips.
Yeah, turnips are going to be big too. I
That
forgot
too.
about that.
Sorry.
But anyway, so
So
going
the
through
Barnes and Noble was great.
Barnes and Noble, just it was beautiful.
Yeah.
The smell of the magazine section. There's a smell.
Oh yeah.
And it was cool being in in there too.
Question
All the
for you.
listeners like we go to Barnes and Noble every day. I don't know what you Californians are complaining about, but it was
when
different.
you were perusing the bookshelves, were any of the books turned backwards so that the white parts of the pages were facing forward? And
No,
the
these are
spines were-
sane people. No, Jen. For the listeners, Jen tried that for a little bit because there was like a thing where the pages were all kind of mild tones, like earth tones, and it was for color. But we switched it back now, and it's really nice to know what book is what. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I had that book, so it's kind of cool. It's like
That's great.
It's like I got new books.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Also, before we get into the comments, a couple things. You know how to tie a tie, right, Matt?
Yes.
Doss?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Gary
does as
too,
well.
for sure. I do as well. I tied a tie every day when I worked at Romano's Macaroni Grill. I had to wear a tie to work. I learned the double Windsor.
I'm not going to
or
front
the
about
full
it.
Windsor.
I might refer to a YouTube video if I had to do it in a
Well,
pinch.
well, that's actually how I learned to tie a tie.
Yeah.
Was a YouTube video. It was I remember it because I had to watch it so many times. It was a guy It was like a guy didn't say a word. He just did it slowly around a mannequin. And I just copied it, and I did that every day. And that's the only knot I know is the Windsor. But did you guys know there's like a ton of different knots
Oh yeah.
for ties? And they're
For sure.
some
And
of
to
them
be
are
clear,
pretty,
I can only do like a half Windsor or whatever.
the half
that is.
Windsor. Yeah. Which
Real
one do you
lazy
do,
man
Gary?
tying.
I mean, the easiest one to do is the four in hand.
The four in hand is
But I mean, it looks the most basic. So it just sort of depends on like what the situation I'm in. Like when I'm getting ready for your wedding in a few weeks, I'm going to get there the night before. So I'll have some time and I'll try to put together something a little nicer. But if I'm in the
Oh.
car and we're in crunch time,
Found the claw's only weakness. Sub-zero temperatures!
Mm.
four in hand is absolutely the easiest one in my opinion. And
Yeah.
I can do that one pretty much without the YouTube video
yeah.
in a pinch.
I don't know the four in hand. I only know the full Windsor. So that's the only one I've been doing. It's like a pretty thick,
That's good.
big
one of
ass
the
knot.
harder ones though. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it does look good. It's hard to get right with the measuring because you want the little flap in the back
Yeah.
That's
always the challenge.
Jeez,
The forehand
dude.
hand is the easiest one, but it's the least impressive. It looks really whack, especially on someone like me.
Yeah.
It just looks way too small.
Now so the tie, the bottom of the tie is supposed to hit like the top of your belt.
That's the style these days, but it shifts.
It shifts.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought it was supposed to hit the top of your belt. So measuring that with getting like the little flap right, the double Windsor, which takes up a lot of tie up at your neck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think Garrett can do a double Windsor because the tie would be like in the middle of his chest. It would end there.
I have bigger ties.
Cool.
No, but I agree. Also, the last piece you didn't mention is, at least for me, I want that tail to be the right end so that I can tuck it into that little thing, so it's not flapping around all
Dude,
night. 'Cause
yeah,
if it's
if that's-
an inch short, I'm so mad.
Why don't they make the little holder thing on the back of the big tail adjustable? Just make so I can bring that thing up.
It's $1 million idea. Right
That
there,
is $1
Chris.
million, Mr. Cuban. We have the adjustable label on the back of a tie. Dawes, what tie? Do you know what knot you do?
I don't know. I do.
Around the back.
Over and
that's
then around
mountain.
twice
That's
and then
grandmother's house we
through.
go.
Dawson, you're tying your shoes.
That's
Over
forehand.
around
also.
twice too.
Yeah.
Through.
All right.
I don't know.
That might be
That's the only one I know. That's the only one I do. It's the way I tie,
If you go around-
every time, and I don't give a fuck.
That's forehand.
That's okay. Well, there you go.
There you go.
It's a 4-in hand.
I would like to tie my tie like a shoelace and just do like 2 bunny ears and then just pull them back out. and
You know,
be
Matt,
done.
you should
Yeah.
you should
What do you
experiment
think?
with
you know
the,
what, Matt? You have a wedding coming up.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do
you
it.
do, and you should experiment with the bolo tie. I'm not saying that that's what they do for the bolo tie to all the people that wear bolo ties, but it does look a little easier than the actual tie to wear the bolo.
You know-
no offense, by
And
the
it's
way.
just as formal. Like you can get in the Magic Castle with a
You
bolo
gotta
tie.
you gotta call everybody partner though
Yeah.
if you wear the bow.
Yeah.
Hey partner.
I was just gonna say I don't want to talk too much about our arch rivals, the Bolo Boys.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to give them any more.
we
any more
can't give him any
airtime.
more any more press here.
Well, fuck that, dude. I'm gonna watch YouTube. I'm gonna learn how to do a triple Windsor,
Oh,
and come to your wedding.
You're,
and be like,
you're gonna
"You
one up
fucking check
everyone's
it out,
Windsor.
man. Check it out.
Double Windsor.
Christy Yamaguchi over here with a
Yeah,
triple Windsor.
it's never been done. So good luck.
Yep, I will bring the
You're
Lutz.
don't hurt yourself.
Yep.
I could see Pixel Fun having fun making our arch rivals, the Bolo Boys. By the way,
Do you know
They're
that
a little bit like us, but not quite.
they're jerks.
You know, Phillip Rivers wore one every Sunday for his whole NFL career because on his first team, the coach was like, I only have one rule. You all got to wear a tie. And he didn't like rules, so he did it as a fuck you to the coach.
He went and he just.
And the
did-
coach let him because it was technically a tie. So he
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
like, you know what? Now this is my thing.
How many championships did he get him?
He's got a beautiful family with a lot of kids. Go fuck yourself. Let's do some seggies.
All
That
right,
was so uncalled for. Jesus.
Sorry, you talked crap about. I'm a Chargers fan, so the Arizona basketball team barely winning that last game didn't bother me. I get it.
Yeah, that was sadness that you just brought up for me again.
I'm sorry. Before we get into the seggies and I read the comments, I do have some things I do want to read really quick. So, other than being a part of our Facebook group, you can also send us reviews like via Apple Podcasts, iTunes, I think Spotify. There are ways to review our show through the various methods means that you're listening to this very program. And I read the reviews every once in a while. And I thought I'd share a couple of them.
Oh, great.
Just because we never really read the reviews, and we're trying to
No.
encourage these people to write some
And
reviews.
let's be honest, most of the time it just says it's pretty all right.
It's
you know?
pretty all right. We had people just barking for a long time. They are confusing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. To people who are just discovering our show, if they're thinking, "Oh, let me read a few reviews," they don't say a lot, which is fine.
I enjoy reading, writing, ping pong.
Yeah, we should add
Pretty
that.
exciting stuff.
Yeah. Well,
we
Gary,
did.
I am glad that you played that. Okay, so I'll read a few of these reviews from Apple Podcasts.
All right.
69 Moon Mouse. Couple. These are our 4 most recent ones. 5 stars. Thank you. It's 5 out of 5, by the way. The subject, pretty exciting stuff.
Hey.
Pretty exciting stuff.
And in the body, pretty exciting stuff.
Okay.
Pretty exciting
That
stuff.
was nice.
That's
Easy.
really nice.
Kalimalu79 via Apple Podcasts. Subject, pretty exciting stuff.
Okay.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Really gonna do this every time.
He's the one pausing for it.
5 stars. Thank you, Kalimalu79.
Hey.
Says, I love these guys. This is the one podcast I look forward to every week.
Nice.
Aw, thank you.
We look
Thank
forward
you.
to recording it for you.
Yes, we do.
All right. I forgot to put down who wrote this one, but we got another pretty exciting stuff. 5 stars.
Okay.
Pretty exciting stuff.
It says, so fun.
By the way, you're welcome, guys. Obviously, we know what's getting all these 5-star reviews, so
Yeah,
you're
let's see this.
welcome.
It's reading,
So-
writing, and ping pong.
Yeah.
So fun seeing how the fudge is packed on ACS, and genuinely, the crew are so funny. Max Zapata's hilarious and honest. Porcelain Punisher has great insight into Adam and the way he responds. Dawson is the cleanup hitter. And hi, Gary. Rough, very fun and positive show. 5 stars.
There you go.
Did I see a 1-star review on there?
Yeah.
Let's hear that one.
We're getting there.
And this is the last one I want to
All right.
read.
I want this.
This is from Shabam Nuggets.
Yeah, give it to us.
Subject: the show has jumped the shark.
Get out.
The show has jumped the shark. 1 star.
Oh boy.
Oh,
You want to hear?
Must be all those drops.
I'd like to know why.
Do you want to know why? Do you want me to read it?
Let's do it.
Do you want to know why?
I mean,
All
if
right.
this has to do with the dice, I'm gonna be personally
Yeah.
upset.
I think it's going to be more hurtful.
Subject line is cheeseball. Just kidding. Okay, so 1 star. The show has jumped the shark in the body. Besides Matt,
Hey,
Oh man.
it seems like no one does any prep or planning for the show.
Exactly.
right?
Most of the episodes are them just
And we
reading
still
fate.
work harder than you.
Well, let's hear what this guy has to say.
Most of the episodes are them just reading Facebook comments. There are so many better podcasts out there.
I'm not going to argue that last part, but F off, man.
Shabam Nuggets. Come on.
Listen, Shabam, I appreciate your support.
If Shabam
And
is
I-
actually listening right now,
I hope
then
he is,
Shabam
or
does
she.
not like he or himself. Or
Let's be honest.
herself.
We've been talking for 35 minutes here. We haven't even read a comment yet.
Yeah.
Except yours,
So
Shabam.
suck on that.
But thank you for reviewing. I don't know if you can edit, but if you want to edit it, we would much appreciate it. But I'm not forcing you.
some lemonade.
Look, jump the shark. Come on. I think we're firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, it's been pretty
It
good.
feels
think-
good.
yeah.
Pretty good lately.
Yeah. Also, there is not a creative bone in anyone who ever utters the phrase "jumped the shark."
Except the guy who coined the phrase.
By the way, is speaking of Seggies, is Kalen here? Are we gonna get
Hit
a
him with
flick
a
in the
high.
bean today?
No flick in the bean.
It's too bad.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, no Kalen today. He'll be here tomorrow though for the Patreon show.
Oh, that's
so
right.
There you go.
Tomorrow, bonus day early.
Get
Oh,
your
yeah,
plugs
really.
in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please get your plugs in.
Patreon.com/watercooler.
Well, anyway, if anybody wants to submit a review, please do so. I do like reading.
keep
them.
it to
They're
5
fun.
stars,
But
though,
thanks,
huh?
How do you guys handle criticism? Does that 1 star bother you? Are you going to be able to sleep tonight? Are you going to be thinking about it, or are you just? Are you able to? I think we're all. I mean, I don't want to speak for all of us, but at least me, I've gone a lot better with it. It used to really bother me when people would tweet me mean things, when people would get write comments complaining about me. It sucked for a long time.
Yeah.
and I couldn't do it.
At a certain point, there's a
numbness.
there's a threshold. You get to a threshold, and you're like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah, I think.
I don't enjoy it, but I don't let it affect my life.
But then, look, I just read 3 5-star reviews and 1 1-star.
Yeah.
And the one we're talking the most about is the 1 star.
Well, what happened when you forwarded me the list that had 3 positives and 1 negative? I replied back, "Hey, fuck you," whatever his name was.
Shabam Nuggets.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the positive ones just say it's pretty all right. I don't know how much we
Well,
can really
5
comment
stars.
on
Oh,
it.
there were some other ones. There's some nice comments in there.
Yeah.
But I remember when I would perform music for some of Adam's live shows, and some of the social media people would live stream it, and it wasn't the best sound or whatever, or maybe I wasn't that great, but a lot of crap talking. I wouldn't sleep that night.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it. So yeah, just stuff like that. Just yeah, I think I'm just getting better. Maybe I don't really seek it out as much as I do, except when
Sure.
I go read the comments. But
I don't let people named Shabam Nuggets dictate how I feel about my life.
Yeah.
yeah, Doss, you seem pretty okay with.
I think that makes 3 of us aside from Matt, who's happy over
I'm
here.
gonna sleep like a baby tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Good to know. Good to
Gonna go
know.
home and fire up some Shabam nuggets.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to do some comments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it,
If it's
Seggies.
okay with Shabam Nuggets.
Just gonna leave a 5-star review. They talked about the coolest listener
Yeah.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks, and Shabam Nuggets. Thanks for providing that content because I do zero prep for this show.
Yeah,
David
there's
Hundley.
no work in post from any of us.
David Hundley, AI guy.
Hey,
He says, out of curiosity, what do you guys do for downtime when you travel with Adam for shows, or is there generally no downtime because you guys keep busy? Now, a few of us travel more with Adam than not, or have traveled, or sometimes it's just the cruise and things like that. I travel with Adam the most. For downtime, I usually just do my own thing. I like walking cities. I like putting the headphones in and just walking around.
I tend to blind myself first thing in the morning.
Gary will blind himself and then have me guide him like a guide dog, a seeing eye dog. Sometimes if Dawson's on the trip, he and I will go hang, get some drinks or something. I mean, it's always different. The cruises, we all just kind of just.
The cruises are a whole other beast.
Yeah, the cruises.
The bar's
but-
open 24 hours a day.
But when we're
and
not
it's
on the
prepaid
cruise, like
for.
sometimes we're there the night before for the cool drinks events, things like that.
Yeah.
we have a day in the city, whatever it may be. I think most of us none of us just like to stay in our room and not do anything. I think we all like to go out.
we
all
act
wanna
like
be
we're on
social.
vacation. We go have lunch in the city, walk around, shop, go to a Barnes
Experiment.
and Noble.
Yeah, experience the city. I mean, yeah, exactly. So, but I do like doing that. I look forward to doing that a lot. Let's see. Ryan Davies says, "Hey guys, have you seen this? Every episode of Alf is available on Amazon Prime for free." Ryan, I think I may have seen collectively one episode of Alf
Yeah, I think
in my
me
entire
too.
life, and it wasn't intentional. It wasn't on purpose. It was
Yeah.
just on, and maybe I just didn't change the channel. I can't recall one storyline, one plot.
Doesn't he eat cats?
That's right.
I
Oh.
remember seeing an
But that
episode
doesn't think it
inadvertently,
actually happens.
and that storyline was suggested, and 8-year-old me or whatever was like, "I'm out. I don't want to watch a show
Yeah,
about
this
a
is not
weird
friendly."
creature from another planet that
No.
eats cats. I love my kitties. F this."
Yeah. Dos, were you into Alf at all?
I never watched it, but the weird thing about Alf is the people who love it love it. Like,
Sure.
so it makes me want to watch some episodes of Alf, but I never will.
They're on
I
Amazon
won't.
Prime for free, baby.
You got to be careful because those alpha males will really dominate if you're ever in a room with them.
Kaboom.
Yeah. The
Please get video, by the way, of that. I want that as a drive.
I'm going there tonight.
is
Run a little practice. I will get Kaboom Guy for you.
Thank you.
Thank
Go
you.
to patreon.com/watercooler.
Is the sitcom where it's live action humans with one puppet, is that gone now? Are we done with that? Like,
They've tried so hard to bring that back. Even in the last 10 years, there have been shows like Greg and the Bunny, which maybe that was like
yeah.
early 2000s as well. It's just, I don't think it's possible. Even when they brought back The Muppet Show, which is all Muppets, it just doesn't work.
I mean, here's the thing. One day we will get to a place where computer graphics make it possible. Like, have you seen the new Pinocchio that they're putting together or whatever? Where it's like,
Guillermo del Toro.
yeah, so it's not, I don't think it's an actual puppet, but it's like a digitally created figure.
Yeah.
I the only way I see it happening, Chris, is 10 or 15 years from now when it becomes cheap enough to do that for a TV show, and they might do something like it with a digital character. But as far as the physical, they just
Yeah.
don't look good enough on HD.
yeah. The last one I probably watched was Unhappily Ever After, where Bobcat Goldthwait was
There you go.
the bunny, and the dad would like
God,
walk
that's
into like the
right.
basement and talk to this bunny for advice. But
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
maybe, I don't know. Greg the Bunny was a show though.
Okay.
That was a thing. I don't.
A lot of bunny puppets. It's
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah, mixing the puppets with the humans as a main character. Yeah, it just doesn't. I just don't know if it works yet. Will work again. Let's see here. Ira Mark
About what?
declares, "Hey, Bobo Army." Yeah, he's
Hey, Ira.
Ida Claire would be a good
Hey, that'd be a good one.
girl for him to meet. When you order delivery from a restaurant and they inform you that the food will be there in 30 minutes, after 30 minutes goes by, how long do you wait till you call the restaurant to check in on your order? By the way, it was a restaurant, so no tracking was available. What is the etiquette here? I feel like Gary would know.
I don't know. I would say that, 5 or 10 minutes later, you could call and just check in for an update, but like, I don't know what that's necessarily doing. I would tend
What
to,
if they? Well, it's checking
They
to
usually
make
go,
sure
he's
you.
left.
Yeah, he's left
Right.
or
which is, you
shit.
never know if that's true though. So
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
is that doing is my point. I don't know. I mean, 10 minutes late is maybe time to give him a call and tell him you're,
Well, because after the allotted time, I'm worried. Did they forget about me? And I'm really checking not to see, hey, when is he getting here? But hey, did you forget about me?
that's a self-esteem thing. You had you had too many years of social media coming down here.
I've had a lot. Well, I mean, a lot of times I'm right too.
Yeah. I like the online order though, if you can do that, which I know you can't everywhere, but
Yeah.
it's reassuring to have that email.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Stephanie Lynn Rinker says, "Do we have a date or even a month for the Vegas meetup, or did this kind of fall off?" Woof woof. Yes, we talked a lot of big talk about doing a Vegas meetup probably around this time of the year, months ago, and we were working with a friend who kind of organizes all of that, and we're still in the talks. We're actually going to talk to him
This weekend.
most likely this weekend. So it is in the work. We do want to do it. It's not that we can't just life has gone in the way, and but I would love to go to Vegas with all you, the listeners of this show, and just hang.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I think so.
We gotta get the wedding behind us, and
Yeah. Let's see here. Steve Hartley had a poll that a lot of people wanted to be a part of. Do you prefer your potato chips, any flavor, flat or folded? Now, the winners of this poll, the winners folded.
this is
by
Ruffles
almost double
versus
as much.
Lay's.
Oh, just any potato
This
chip.
is like a Lay's that is perfectly laid out, and a Lay's that somehow in the processing of the chip, the potato kind of folded on itself.
Yes.
So rather than just having a flat circle, you've got like a
Like a
pinched
wave?
chip. Yeah, like a wave. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Sometimes they'll just go
it
all
looks
the way
like
over.
what my
It's like a
hand is
double
doing right
chip.
now. Imagine if my arm, I mean, I don't want to bring hand trauma into this, but if my arm wasn't here, it was cut off, and the chip just looked like this.
Yeah.
I think Gary's seen
good chip.
this type of chip before. It's
Yeah, I
very
would hope
common.
so.
Very common.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a problem with the folded chips, but it's definitely
Not
like
what I heard.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
We all know.
Well, let me
Yeah.
set the record flat.
Sure, on air, he doesn't have a
Wow,
problem.
yeah.
I
talking
definitely,
shit
if I got
all
a
the
bag
time
of
about
chips, I'm gonna
folded
enjoy.
chips.
I'm gonna enjoy the first like 3/4 of that bag of chips. Again, like a fun size bag, not like family size bag, but like a normal person's portion of
An
chips.
individual bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy 3/4
fun
of it.
size.
Not gonna think about it. But when I get down to those final, let's say 5 chips or so, they're all coming out of the bag, and I'm finding the perfect shape ones. And the ones that are the most perfect, those are getting saved for the end.
You're an insane person.
What the
I'll eat
fuck
the ones
is
that's
wrong
been
with
kind
you?
of broken off a
you
little
don't.
bit.
That
but
is
then,
not how you eat chips.
But then those last, especially with Doritos, when they got that triangle shape, those can get pretty bent out of shape as well. You want it flat, crispy, perfect.
How long has he been gaslighting us?
I hate you.
Why?
Because
Have you ever
you're
shared
meant
a
to
bag
be
of
honest, because I'm
unwell.
honest and I prepare.
Because we've been letting you have a food segment.
This is what I'm talking about.
What's wrong with wanting to have the best chip for last?
Shay Fondle, not today.
Yeah, you're
Fucking-
cut, man. I'm
You're-
sorry. Your
Yeah, sorry.
segment's-
We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Here. We didn't get into the seggies
I know.
until too late.
I know. It's timely to today only,
Let
but we're
you
skipping
spread
it.
your
I
flat
feel like a chip
propaganda.
that's fallen onto the floor and that's been stepped on and shattered into a million pieces.
So do I.
Yeah,
I feel like a chip who's been lied to.
I'm so mad.
Speaking of being lied to, isn't it weird that the smaller candies they call fun size? You know what would be funner than that little fucking candy bar? A regular size one.
Yeah.
I'd have a much better time.
Mike Dawson, Yoo-Hoo Room this Saturday. Flappers. That's
So
what-
no one else does the chip saving.
No, Matt.
Stop.
No, you don't get to
Stop.
ask as though that's something normal. Like you can't just be like, chip saving. Like
All right,
everyone
hashtag
does
chip
it.
saving. Let's see it. Who out there does what I do?
Do you
I
kn-
can't be
have-
the only one.
Have you ever shared a bag of chips with anybody?
Yeah.
I don't. I refuse to
But
believe
you know
that.
what? When I get down to the last third of whatever my
Yeah.
portion is, there's going to be some cuts made.
I try to find any of these people that Matt has shared a bag of chips, but they won't talk to him anymore. They are no
Yeah.
longer friends with him.
Wow, I just
And
can't
that
believe
was Shay Fondle.
can't believe you guys don't do that. You guys are missing out.
What?
Are we?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you guys something.
Did you
that-
keep some of the real good ones in like a Hall of Fame?
No, I'm consuming them. Let's be
okay.
clear. Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't go back. Oh, dude, 2 weeks ago, man, I was eating
The
this bag
perfect
of
chip.
Doritos. Check it out.
Yeah.
Do you hear that Doritos because of inflation? I believe this is what I heard that they're what is it, Gary?
It's like 5 to 7 less chips per bag.
per bag.
Yeah.
Matt, that's
That's
not
called
good for you, buddy.
shrinkflation.
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah. And everyone's already complaining because the bag's like half air anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only
Talk
really
about
a third
inflation.
full.
Let's get a
Yeah.
little less inflating of the bag.
Yes, Mr. Cuban.
It was right there, Gary.
I saw it.
No,
It
it's
was.
there.
I liked it.
Yeah. If you could only eat one kind of chip, what would it be? Because Kaylin asked me this the other day, and my answer made him irate.
Are we saying brand or are we saying like specific chip
Keep
down
it specific.
to the flavor?
Down to the flavor. Kaylin, he asked me this the other day, and he was so mad at me. He'll probably bring it up tomorrow on Patreon.
Okay.
But do you know what yours is, Matt?
I'm working it out in my head, and I think I have the answer, but I don't need to go first.
You seem like a flaming hot.
Simple.
You know what, Chris? Maybe I'm gonna go sign for the Bolo Boys. I hear they're recruiting over there.
You don't like the flaming hots?
No, they're fine.
They're just fine. Salt and vinegar. You're a salt and vinegar kettle chip guy.
I don't know. There might be some jalapeno in there.
Yeah, again, these are definitely in the Hall of Fame here, not the Hall of Flame. All right.
Yeah,
no
not the-
flaming hot.
Well, then what is it?
Well, again, it's those two, and the only other contender, which might even take the top because I don't have it as often, but then I would have to have it all the time. It's the Cool Ranch Dorito. Which
So
just
you got to
unto
pick
itself
3
is-
chips?
Well, no, I'm just trying to I didn't want to go first.
This is a hard
Stop making me
challenge.
go
Oh, yeah,
first.
I didn't mean to force it on you, food segment guy. How about you, Gary? What would yours be?
I don't know. I think that if we're gonna play this insane game where there's an apocalyptic scenario
Yep.
and I can only have one chip, I might just go with the most basic one, which is like a plain Lay's.
Yeah.
You would.
And then up there with it would be like the kettle, like sea salt and pepper chips. Those are pretty
Those are
good.
good.
I don't want to
Cut
pick.
your mouth though.
They do, but here's the thing: if it's for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be so over Cool Ranch Doritos in about a year.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I'm
Fritos,
thinking too.
or- I want something big. I want
There's
a utility player.
There's
All right, I
Doritos
gotta figure it out.
fatigue.
I got to figure it out. Gary mentioned it. It's the jalapeno kettle chip.
Okay.
Because in this post-apocalyptic world, you're going to want the spices from those chips to
rub
really
in their
wake
eyes.
up the senses and is a defense mechanism. I didn't even think about
Somebody
that.
ambushes you while you're eating chips. You
my
can go,
God.
have a thumbful, asshole.
Having
Yeah.
so many layers.
I'll-
to
I-
this simple question.
Now, if you want some Cool Ranch Doritos in the mix, it'll cost you 2 tubes of toothpaste.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm willing to let go of the Cool Ranch Dorito. I do think the jalapeno kettle chip,
Best.
Miss Vicky's, if she's still making them. But
Oh, yeah.
again, post-apocalyptic scenario.
No, I don't think
know
it's
if that's going to
But
happen.
her chips will last longer than
Yeah.
she will. Yeah. Okay, and Mr. Dawson.
Frito scoops.
Great choice.
It's not a bad answer.
It's because look, you only have a spice.
Yeah. Now you
it
have
basically is
extra
a utensil.
utensil.
this whole challenge just
Got
really.
yourself a spoon, baby.
But again, if you're attacked by marauding bikers, what are you going to rub in their eyes? Just corn dust?
Oh yeah. Well, mine was not considering the apocalypse when Caitlin asked me, but the chip that I love the most that I could eat all day, every day, a plain baked lay.
Both of you two
I
with your
love 'em.
damn Lays. That is just...
I freaking love them. I don't know
baked
why
Lays.
the baked
Okay,
lays.
they
the
are
plain.
crispy.
They're-
Yeah, no,
they're
they're good.
crispy. They're pretty much always flat.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about the variety. I might be able to put a plain kettle cooked lay in there as well. That's strong.
All right. Well, there
Then
you
you
go.
can just dip it into sauces. Some chip sauce.
Exactly. It's French fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You understand the way my mind works.
Yeah.
It's basically a French fry replacement if this apocalypse has somehow eliminated all fryers.
Boom. Maureen
Got a
Bo.
plan for contingencies, Matt. Yeah.
Another comment here. This is from Maureen Bozduman. Do any of you guys call your grandparents any weird names? I met 2 fluffies in the past month, and I also met a poopa years ago.
Wow.
Mike says Nana, right?
I had Nana and Pa and Vulva
Oh,
and Big Nana,
Big Nana? Yeah.
Big Nana. that's right.
and Nana.
And Nana and Nana.
And Big Nana.
Okay.
Also had a
Did
Nana.
You did Nana?
We had a Nana, a Papa, a Grammy. And
I had a Grandma,
and
too.
then Papa Ray.
Papa Ray, bro.
Yep.
Papa Ray.
I saw Papa Ray and Papa Roach.
Wow, he was like a military dude. That's
Dude.
really funny to think
I
of
ate a
that.
Mexican restaurant, and the singer from Papa Roach sat in the booth next to us, and I was just more surprised that I recognized him. Like I didn't think I could spot out the singer of Papa
I
Roach
definitely
in the
could
wild,
not.
and I was like, he sat down, and I just looked at him. That's the singer of Papa Roach. Googled it, tattoos matched. His neck tattoos totally matched, and just eating Mexican food with his kids. I thought that's pretty cool.
Did he cut his food into pieces?
He probably did. Only if it was his last resort. Now,
Resort,
there is a good Vice documentary on that song. It's actually a pretty dark song, and I watched it and it was good. So it's on YouTube. Let's see here. Oh, you
I
see
had a-
Grandma, Grandpa? What you
I had
do?
a grandmommy, a granddaddy, a grandfather, a granny goose,
Granny Goose. I
Granny
like that.
Goose.
It's smart.
That's cool.
and then my son has a grandfather, a nana, and a goo goo,
Goo Goo.
Nice.
I had an Auntie Googie.
and grandmommy. I think.
Boom, there we
But
go.
that was in more of a
we
nickname.
we did Lolo and Lola. That's just Tagalog Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, the home coffee drinkers. How do you prepare your Joe? In the poll, this is from Jeff Rosales. The poll by a mile is drip pre-ground beans. That's kind of that's how we used to do it here.
Yep.
And then we had
Used to,
we had
not
the
anymore.
K, and then the K cup, the Keurig cup was next. Then drip home ground, where you grind the beans yourself, and then French press after that, and it went off in other things. Do you guys ever experiment with other things at home? How do you do your coffees?
I just drink my coffee here, so I don't really do that at home.
You never make coffee at home.
I drink tea at home.
Oh,
Yeah.
sophisticate.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coffee at
Pull
work.
out your monocle.
Yes, in fact,
Read
I
the
do.
morning paper.
I think he has a barrage of
There's a
tea.
barrage in the garage.
Pass the croissant.
Yeah. What kind of tea are you drinking, Matt?
I don't know, but it's definitely bags.
You're new.
I mean, it just depends on the time of day. In the morning, I would have a black tea, but not all the time. Just like, over the weekends or something. Green tea, and maybe in the evening.
It's always
Why?
one color
Why?
with you.
Why green tea in the evening and black tea in the morning? They both have caffeine.
Can you believe Elliot had night tea in the morning?
Yeah. Drink
There's
some
really
chamomile,
not a
baby.
whole lot of rhyme or reason to it,
All right. Yeah.
But generally, I'll get down to the last 3 tea bags, and then I'll try to find the perfect tea bag. I'm kidding with you guys.
You don't.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I
Wanted to
would
see if
believe
anyone
it.
would bite.
You don't. Do you ever Switz the loose leaves?
No, I have not. My wife does though.
They're fun, man.
Yeah.
Get into that too.
Get one of those little mesh balls together.
Yeah,
It's
get
good
the
stuff.
mesh ball. Make your own tea bag there. Jason Thomas says the show got me thinking about doing this unofficial survey. What is the male version of a Karen called? I think last time I came up as Kyle as the preference, but there were a few last time, and Gary, just because he said it, thought you were it. But what do you guys say? And number 1 was Chad, which is wrong. That is not the male version of a Karen. That's the male version of like an Ashley or a Tiffany.
Very smart, Chris.
I think
That's
right.
an astute
Yeah.
observation.
Kyle is next. I think that's too young. Kyle sounds young. Right?
What are we
Keith.
saying the male equivalent of a Karen is?
Like, who's the dude who's most likely to be yelling at the CVS cashier?
Okay, so
Like, what
the
is
one
that
who really
guy's
acts
name?
like a Karen?
Yeah.
I think his name is Keith. I'm just throwing that out
It's
there.
like definitely a
good.
K name.
Now, somebody threw out there, I don't think related to this conversation, but he was talking about me lamenting my name, and he said, try living with the name Kenny.
Ken is next.
Okay.
Ken, kind of Kenneth maybe.
Can't work.
Ken, yeah, just Ken. All right, Ken.
I feel like
No, Ken's a little too Barbie pretty boy though.
the fact that we're even having this conversation means that the men to this moment are still being compared as Karens. There is no name. I
Yeah.
don't think.
And
It's
Karen,
not
Karen
prevalent
is
yet.
Except old white dude.
Yeah,
yeah, and Karen is just off the table for the rest of time, right?
Yeah.
probably.
What about Larry?
Oh, Larry's pretty. Yeah, Larry's pretty good. Larry, I don't know. I find Larry a little
Larry
funny.
Bowles. Larry minds his own
Yeah,
business.
because you got the Three Stooges, you got Larry Miller. Like I think of more comedy when I think of Larry.
Sure.
Yeah. So all right, we'll think about it.
And Larry's short for Lawrence.
Of Olivier?
That's right. Of Olivier.
Robert Cox says so. Gary goes off on Hulu quite frequently, but
That's right.
I offer a new contender for the hate. Paramount Plus. This app is such garbage.
It doesn't stand up to Hulu. And I'll add another one to the mix that's not great, and I think it's just because it's not popular. But Stars is pretty tough too.
Stars.
Paramount
all right.
Plus, actually, I've had okay results with, but God, Hulu just keeps re-updating their UI, and I get excited, and I'm like, wow, well, they couldn't have fucked it up any worse. It's awful.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater, but
I'm totally with you. I can't stand Hulu's interface.
It's
It's still when I try to avoid it as much as possible just to not have to use it.
yeah.
Like I really hate watching anything on Hulu. Sorry, it's just unless you sponsor our show, I can't say anything nice about you. Tyler Bundy's says today's the first 70-degree day in my town after a long winter. I can't help but smile from ear to ear, driving around, seeing everyone driving their motorcycles, sports cars for the first time of the year. All season, there won't be another day where so many people will be playing with their summer toys all at once. So he wants to know what's the first sight of spring that breaks you out of your seasonal depression?
We don't have that.
Tyler, yeah, you're asking the wrong crew, but I'm happy that you're doing. I mean, but there are things that lift me up. Like I'm already feeling good, but things that just make me feel a bit better about the year. Matt's wearing his flip flops again.
I was just gonna say
That's
that
big.
there is definitely in my life a moment when spring has sprung, and that is the day that I wake up and decide it's time to put the flip flops back on.
Matt's wearing his flippy floppies. Yeah.
Usually my basketball
That day has
shorts come
come.
out.
It has
Yeah.
come.
Yeah,
It came
alright.
yesterday.
No, I like.
Alright.
Yeah, in California, people wearing shorts. That's always big.
I threw shorts in my car today because it was supposed to be like 90 something. Our studio is always fucking freezing, but I thought
Until it's
until it's not,
unbearably
and then it's unbearably hot. So
hot
I
for
have
9
shorts
months.
in my car. I almost pulled a Rob's wedding and went from the pants to the shorts in the middle
Yeah.
of the day.
If you do that at my wedding, I'll kill you.
Okay, so just come in the
I'm
shorts.
kidding. Just come straight into the shorts, and then like girls, they'll put on their sundresses and stuff, and you kind of like, oh, this is nice. Like everyone just getting, I don't know, Gary. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Gary's curled up into a ball.
A
and
few
then
more
turned his-
weeks
and
before we're
turned
gonna
his-
have to clean that shit up.
turned his microphone off. I'm not saying like, oh, yeah,
I know.
Okay.
but- it's a fine line.
All right. Well, anyway, those are our comments.
Hey! Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, no outros. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this at the top of the seggy, but if anybody wants to submit a comment, just join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. Answer
Yep.
a few questions, and we might let you in. And just it's my favorite place on the internet. It's where I get all my show prep. And is it cool if we push?
Well, I was just gonna ask. Can I do a quick one because this is actually a 2-part shay, so it'd be easier if I just did one part of it now.
Press a button, Gary.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey Matt.
What's on the menu? Tread carefully.
Yeah, this is about eating chips. I'm
No,
gonna
it's
throw
not.
my microphone
no,
at you.
You've been pushing my shays from the main show for quite some time.
I
now.
have,
So, yeah,
and I'm
so
sorry.
That's really what this is. It's just typical. It's an old-fashioned shay.
This is for stinky nugs or whatever.
Oh, Shabam Nuggets.
Stinky nugs. All right, so Chris, your wedding's coming up, but my anniversary also coming up, and we have to do an anniversary dinner. That's just what you're gonna have to do. I hate to break it to you, man, but
Shabam.
from now on, you're gonna have to have a
Nuggets.
nice dinner on your anniversary every year.
Okay, I look forward to that then.
All right, so I got really excited because I got a gift card to one of my favorite restaurants, and I said to my wife, "Hey, why don't we use the gift card and go to our favorite restaurant on our anniversary, Redbird?" I've talked about it on the show. It's awesome. But of course, our anniversary, the whole restaurant is closed for a private event. But I still got to use this gift card. So now,
Does it expire? It shouldn't expire.
Yeah, I guess not. But I want to use it. I guess I don't have to, but I want to use it, Chris.
Yeah.
So now I have to have
Well, treat
a
it like
night
it's a
for
whole chip.
Redbird, and then still have to plan an anniversary dinner
Okay.
that is available. So night one here, we're going to go to downtown LA. We're going to go to Redbird. But first, we're going to go to this place called Perch that I've mentioned on the show before.
Sure.
It's on like the
Is it a bird themed night?
it is a bird themed night. Perch and Redbird. Exactly. They're both in downtown Los Angeles. And Perch is on the roof of, I would say it's like a 15-story building. And it's in downtown LA. So it's surrounded by really tall skyscrapers. Very cool POV when you're up on the roof. You can see all the buildings around. They have a great cocktail bar. But here's the
Yeah,
deal.
love it.
Last couple times I've been there, or actually I've only been there once. The last one time I was there, we walked right in. This time, there was a line about 10 people deep.
Oh,
When's the last time you waited in a line for like a club or some event like that?
like an actual line or just
it was
waiting
like out
around?
the door
Did you-
line, like
you
curled
could-
around the building.
It was a line for the host stand.
Yes.
Oh, geez, I can't remember.
It's very
The last time I was in a line like that was when I imagined going to that restaurant where they did the TikToks in the bathroom that you did
Sure.
in San Diego. I don't think I really wait. If I see a line just to get to the host stand, that's tough.
And-
I did. At Joe's in Kansas City, there's a line because you were at the front, but
Okay.
it was a long, long line. But other than that, yeah, I can't recall.
Well, this is like full on. They've got like a bouncer. It's like a popular spot as the night goes on. It becomes a really popular area.
You and Matt are very different. Remember recently he waited like 3 hours for brunch?
I did do that, but that was
That's
a
the one I
different
was talking
scenario.
about, yeah.
So
I will not.
I asked the bouncer, which was very intimidating, how long you think this line is? And he was like, it's like 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, that sounds
That's not bad.
totally reasonable.
I'd do that, yeah.
And when we waited in the line, it was like 25 minutes, which was fine.
So you punch a bouncer in the face.
What's that?
You should have punched a bouncer in the
I
face.
should have. I should
On
have.
your way passing by him
It was
again.
fine, but
I don't
you
know
know,
shit about chips.
we have our dinner reservation at Redbird coming up, but we still want to be able to have a drink. But 25, that's not too bad. We go up to this restaurant, and there's a second line. There's now another line inside of this restaurant to get up to the bar area.
That's like, let's say you're going to Disneyland, like Dawson, you're just at Disneyland. If you're waiting in line to walk into the cave and you're like, oh, I'm going to ride this ride, and you walk in and there's just one of those snake lines or going.
like the line's just
It got
fucking
longer.
begun.
Yeah.
So now we're standing in the middle of
Terrible
this
feeling.
second line. The clock is ticking, and thankfully there's a bar that's in the restaurant. And I tell my wife, let's just get a cocktail here.
Brilliant.
We end up having a cocktail essentially in the lobby. Never made it up to the roof. We had to turn around and leave.
Now,
So you weren't even on the perch. You were
Was not even on the perch. I was the bottom of the nest.
I've
a little baby bird.
Yeah.
that is one of Mr. Cuban's greatest inventions is the line beers and the line drinks. Like sometimes there are stations while you're waiting in line, you can order.
Huh.
Have you been to places like that?
That are created by Mark Cuban?
No, just kidding. It's just
Oh.
a great invention. But you're just waiting in line, and they're just little stations where they have just like a keg or
Yeah, there
or
you
beer,
go.
and just things like that. And you just while you're waiting in line, you can order drinks and still just
Well,
have drinks.
there's
I've
another.
never seen this.
Oh,
That
they're
sounds like a
great.
glorious place.
They're fantastic.
There's a
Take me.
great documentary that came out many years ago. It's called A Night at the Roxbury. And
Oh, yeah.
in that particular documentary, there is a very interesting thing that happens at the end, which is they designed a nightclub where the line is the nightclub, and then when you get into the club, it looks like the street.
Right.
And according to this historical document, it's just always a rager over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, the drink that I had was basically a strawberry mojito. It's called the Sky High, and it was fucking delicious.
Not where you were.
It was not exactly. Unfortunately, I did not get to
ironically.
experience the high part. But let me tell you, we had a
the sky
fantastic
part?
dinner at Redbird, which I'll talk about next time. But
Yeah.
until then, that's what's on the menu. And there's no outro. Oh, no.
there's no
I live for the outros.
Yeah, great job, Matt. Yes.
There are outros, however, on patreon.com.
And Kalen.
You want to know why they didn't let you up, Matt?
Because I'm old.
You're a chip weirdo.
Well, that, but also you ordered a strawberry mojito.
Well, they didn't know that. They didn't know that when I was in line.
No, but the bartender who
He
made
told
it,
the
He
security
profiled
guard.
you.
Yeah.
he's like, hey, Mr. Bartender.
He looks like someone who drinks night tea in the morning.
I know this lobby's super full, Mr. Bartender. But what drink takes you the longest? The mojito? Okay, yeah. And can I flavor that with strawberry? Just add a little more time.
It's
to
on the
make it.
fucking menu, Chris. I didn't
All right.
make it up. If you don't like to make it, don't put it on your menu.
The
That's good
Ramos Gin
pho.
Fizz was so fun to watch.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get our plugs in. Dawson's ready to GTFO
Yep.
here. Let's start with Gary. What do you got?
I'm going to put out a plea for anyone who can give me advice on how to get a hookup on a decently cheap TV. Mine just shit the bed, and if you imagine a TV is like a football field, from the 30-yard line to the 45-yard line is a lot darker than every other part of the TV. And Dawson, it
sucks.
is rough. Now,
Yeah.
that's a very first world problem. That's not a real problem, but that's the only real entertainment my family's getting these days because we don't tend to go out a lot. We got a little one at home, so I got to replace that. And we have a very nice fan who has hooked us up over the years, but I do not feel comfortable reaching out to him because he helped me out somewhat recently. So if anyone knows a good trick or a good discount, let me know.
Yeah. All right. Gary's looking for a TV, everybody.
There you go.
Avengers Assemble. Matt, what's up with you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondelier. And, I want to hear from you out there if you sort through your chips like I do. Why don't you tweet the other guys, too? Let them know
Yeah.
that we are many.
While we're here, do you want a TV too?
Oh, yeah. I would
right.
love a
Hey,
TV
hey,
hookup as well.
Oh yeah,
I'm not asking for a TV.
Well,
I'm
just
asking
not a hookup, but just if anybody has any info for Matt too.
Yeah. let me
Okay.
know. Hit me up. And again, we've mentioned it several times. Patreon.com/watercooler. It's the best way to support us right now. And
Yes.
we'd really appreciate it. We do 2 shows a week, plus we do movie nights, plus we hang out with everybody who wants to hang out with us for an additional fee. It's a great time.
It really is.
Just do the right
fun.
thing, people. Come on.
Patreon, you get an extra episode. Come on, Shabam Nuggets, sign up. You'll like it.
Yeah.
What's up with you?
I've been watching a lot of Ray Donovan
Yeah?
lately.
Oh,
Yeah.
Two
he's
seasons
actually
in now.
here with us.
Dude, you know that look a lot better on a new TV. You should probably
It's
TV?
check it out. If you haven't seen Ray Donovan on Showtime, check it
Yeah.
out. It's one of the best written television shows I've ever seen.
Now, Dawson, what season
Really
are you
good. Just finished 2, about to crack 3.
I agreed with you.
Uh-oh.
Now,
Oh, no.
for several more seasons, you're going to be satisfied.
Okay.
But I think it went to season like 9, and then they made a movie. And in one of the seasons, they did a weird thing with the characters. I think they were trying to be the Sopranos, and it didn't work out, and it just lost me. But-
Interesting.
But you'll
Okay.
enjoy it for several more seasons.
Yeah. Are you sure you're watching Ray Donovan and not just looking into a mirror for 30 minutes?
Yeah, because my eyes don't look quite as good as Liev Schreiber.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And
And
then
a different kind of mirror, they fix that in the mirrors, like a funhouse mirror.
I don't know, man. According to some of our friends, there's nothing that could fix it.
so your French Shabam nuggets. And as for me, if anybody has a hookup for a TV, just like any discount or anything, just I'd love to.
All right.
Asshole.
I just love to hear about it. I just love to hear about it. Also, yeah, sign up for Patreon and go to Dawson's show this Saturday at Flappers. We love you. Goodbye.